Hi guys, welcome back. Today I thought it'd be fun to take a little bit of a journey, and I'm hoping you would like to join me. We'll be heading to the Italian and French Riviera, if only in my imagination. I picked up some products from Prada Beauty, and I looked around and I was like, if I'm trying to put together a look, maybe it'd be kind of fun to stick with Italian makeup brands, or at least Italian fashion house makeup brands. And then I realized I didn't quite have enough, but I also realized the French Riviera is right next to the Italian Riviera. And maybe we take a day trip over to France. So I pulled out a couple of my favorites from some French fashion beauty brands. I thought it'd be just kind of nice to put together a look using makeup from fashion houses from Italy and France. So we'll start our summer journey through the Riviera with a French beauty favorite. This is the YSL Top Secret Primer, one of my absolute favorite primers if I'm doing a more full coverage foundation. Sometimes I have a little trouble getting a moisturizer that'll sit nicely and play well with a fuller coverage foundation. So, spoiler alert, the foundation's a little full coverage and it's the new Prada Beauty foundation. So this I've found sits very nicely underneath it. It's very hydrating while still being lightweight, and it should look nice under the foundation, help give me a more glowy look, which we're going for every summer. So while I have used the Prada foundation several times now, it's one of my absolute go-tos for a full glam look. I have just purchased the foundation brush that they've released to go with that foundation. I've just been using, like a makeup sponge to apply it, and it's been doing a wonderful job. But I thought I would try something a little new. So we have their foundation brush, which has 3 tiers to it. I don't know if you can quite tell, but it should be pretty interesting to try. I do have a Sephora foundation brush, which I really like, that's a similar shape. I know there's mixed opinions on that foundation brush. Some people think it takes way too long, so they don't like to use it, but the results are fantastic, so I don't mind it personally if I have enough time to put on my makeup. If you're in a hurry though, the makeup sponge is the way to go. Since we have a little time, it is the summer after all, we're lounging on the Riviera. Let's try out this new brush. So we'll be using that brush with the Prada Reveal foundation. So this is a pretty full coverage foundation. It is refillable, so the package is really nice. It's kind of a bit of a chunk. It looks really fashion forward. It's very Prada, kind of minimalist, but not too serious. And you can pull out the bottle and refill it. So the refills look like this. So you just kind of chunk it into the container. Super easy to refill. I'll be going in with the shade LC10. So we have here. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand to make it easier to grab to put on my face using the brush. It's interesting, the brushes feel very synthetic. Usually with the brushes, they're kind of a soft, fluffy. They're going for more of a natural hair finish, but these definitely feel more synthetic, and you can kind of tell the 3 tiers as it's going on. I feel like with the brush, it's a much lighter coverage than when I was using the makeup sponge. Oh, it's going on nicely. I just did like a big sweepy motion with the brush. Sometimes I forget, and there's just this brush mark. So you definitely have to be careful to do like the little stipply motions, which is one reason why it takes so much longer to apply makeup nicely with the brush, which can be frustrating. When I'm remembering to do that though, I think the result is really pretty. I just can't get carried away and swipe. This brush does not allow that. I think I'm a fan of the shape. The triangular shape of it lets you really kind of get in there, especially around the nose and some other areas. I feel like it was easy to do some more precision application with this, especially around the eyebrows. Sometimes I don't feel like putting on, eyebrow, like a more tinted product to cover up because I just like smeared foundation in my eyebrows. So I feel like with the brush, I was able to get around them a little more easily. So we should be able to go with the lighter, more, I know natural look is kind of interesting with the fuller coverage foundation, but I feel like this is really pretty and doesn't come off as looking very heavy and full coverage. I'm curious to see what your opinions are if you've tried out this foundation. I think with the brush, I was able to get a nice light, more summer appropriate application. So sticking with the Italian Riviera, we're going to be using the Valentino concealer. So I picked this up a little while ago. I haven't gotten around to trying it yet. I've heard some really good things. I do like the Valentino lip products, the Lip Maestro, I think it is, the liquid lipsticks that they have. I've been kind of put off by buying either the blushes or any of their eye makeup products just because the packaging just feels so cheap. Like, it's Valentino. I don't want to pick up something and feel like it came from the dollar store, but you're not paying like it came from the dollar store. But with this concealer product, I mean, there's just not a lot to it, right? Like, there's a cap and there's the concealer bottle itself. So you've got like the nice little gold Valentino logo, the red. So this one's all right. I don't mind this one. Let's see how the product performs though. And I'll be using the shade LN in the Valentino concealer. Also going to use my favorite NARS concealer brush to apply it. Found even with a very heavy concealer, I can get like a lighter application and it will look a little more natural while still covering everything up. I feel like I like that more than I expected to. I wasn't sure, I thought it might be a little too thick, but maybe using the brush is helping with that. Just ends up looking a little brighter, a little more awake. I think you can tell. We're a little improved on this side. That went on pretty easily. I feel like less is more, so if you use a fuller coverage concealer but use like a little bit of it, I found I really have lovely results, especially if I'm using a brush. I'll link the brush down below. I've used it with a bunch of different concealers. I absolutely love this brush. So now we will set the under eye concealer with a little bit of powder. I'm going to be using the Guerlain, so we're heading on a little day trip over to France. We have the French Riviera. We've spent a few days on the Italian side, and now we're headed over to use these little meteorites. They're so cute. And I'm going to be using my Sephora, it's a foundation brush, technically, the 47 foundation brush. I love using this to apply powder under my eyes. So if you did buy this brush and you found yourself not using it as much as you thought you would, maybe try it out for that. It's really helpful. The shape of it really lets you just put the powder under your eye. So if you have a special colored powder you like to use, like these meteorites or a pink powder, it really helps you just put it exactly where you need it. And we'll be extending our day trip in French Riviera by using the Dior blush. So this is the Backstage blush, Rosy Glow, in the shade 001 Pink. So a nice bright color, perfect for late spring, early summer. I really love this blush for a daytime look because I feel like the staying power is incredible. I'll put it on in the morning. At the end of the day, I feel like it's still there and it still looks vibrant. So after a lovely day trip in the French Riviera, back over to the Italian Riviera with the Prada eyeshadow. We've picked up one of the Dimension palettes with the lovely turquoise water, little nod to the area that we're visiting right now, the lovely Mediterranean Sea. So there's not a ton of colors in here, but I think you can have a lot of fun and it's perfect for summer. I personally love using that kind of aqua blue tone in this time of year. It's just so pretty. So we'll start off with the large peachy tone in the middle. I also like how with the Prada logo being triangles, all these are little triangles. So we'll go in with this color as our first shade to do kind of a wash. And then we'll go in with this as, you know, the bright summer fun color. And then I will be using the brown shade as eyeliner, just because I feel like a black would be too harsh with this look. So we're gonna keep things simple and just use a little bit of brown. Now I'll be patting some of that aqua shade right on the eyelid. I'm using a more firm, flat brush for this part as opposed to the fluffy one for the peach application. And to help the color stay punchy, I'm just using a pressing motion to press the eyeshadow onto the eyelid. I didn't use any setting spray or anything, and I feel like the color's really punchy. This is beautiful. We'll have to see how long it lasts, but I'm excited so far. Now let's go in with some of that brown for a little bit of eyeliner. Just using the number 22 Sephora Pro eyeliner brush. I think that worked nicely for the eyeliner. When I was applying the blue, I tried not to get too close to the lash line so that when I was stamping on the brown for the eyeliner, it wouldn't get too mixed up and end up muddy looking. So I think that ended up working out fairly well. A nice little summer look. Let's cap this off with some mascara. Now, I didn't see any for Prada Beauty, but I know they've only recently launched their makeup, I think in the last year or so. So we're sticking with the Italian theme, and we're going to be using the Gicci mascara. I haven't actually tried this one before, so let's see what the wand looks like. Ooh, so we have one of those silicone-y spiky ones. I know this is going to be a little more of a volumizing mascara, so I'm super curious to see how it looks. I think a mascara with a little more oomph and volume to it would really help with this eye look, because the eye looks pretty bold, so if we want the lashes to stand out, we're gonna need something pretty sturdy. Oh yeah, I feel like this just constructed some lashes. Like these are serious. This is perfect with the eye look. That really pops against the eyeshadow. Now back on over to Prada Beauty for the finishing touch. A little bit of lipstick for this look. I went with a little more of a neutral shade just because we were going so bold with the eyeshadow. Here is the Prada lipstick. These are also refillable, so the container feels nice and sturdy. And it's very pretty, a nice minimal classic Prada. I like the commitment to the brand and the triangle on the lipstick, so it'll be interesting. Usually lipstick is shaped somewhat different, so you've got like 2 points to work with, so I think it'll be nice with my pronounced Cupid's bow. It could be a little easier to go like that, so we'll see. That was nice, it did work well. It does glide on, it's nice and creamy, it does have a bit of a scent. Of course, fashion, luxury brand, like it's gonna be scented, but it's not overwhelming like a French brand might be, so a little more low-key, still lovely sort of floral scent. Alright, so I do know that I love this foundation. We're gonna do a few final thoughts here. For the brush seemed really cool. I mean, it's a Prada brush price point, so I don't know if it was so revolutionary or amazing that I would say, yeah, you need this in your life. But if you were looking for a foundation brush, or you were just super curious about the shape of it, I mean, it is nice. So if you don't have a foundation brush shaped like this, it was good, it worked well. I think it did a nice job applying the makeup. I had to be a little careful not to end up with brush strokes. So, you know, mixed on the brush. Like, I have it, I will use it, it was nice, but if I didn't have it, I don't know if I'd run out to buy it, you know what I mean? And then as far as the concealer goes, the concealer went on very nicely. I did set it a little bit, so I'll have to see how it wears. It's all about the longevity. Does it kind of crease or bunch up with concealers? But so far, I think it looks pretty nice. It hasn't, you know, gone sideways on me immediately, so that's a good start. And then for the eyeshadow, I was surprised how much color payoff there was with the blue. A lot of times with that, it looks so dark in the pan, and then when you go to actually put it on, you do kind of lose some of it. I did try to be careful to just dab it on to try to keep that vibrancy, and it definitely maintained it. So again, I did see how it wears. And then that Gucci mascara, goodness, that definitely make some eyelashes you notice. So that was a lot of fun. It's maybe not a normal daytime, but maybe vacation daytime, you know? And then for the lipstick, I really like the shade. I feel like it's sort of leans a little more orangey, which works really well with the eyeshadow and the like vibrancy you kind of want out of your colors in the summer. So this was the look. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me through the Italian Riviera, a little day trip to the French Riviera, and then back again. Let me know if you have any fun plans for the summer, including possibly visiting one or the other lovely Rivieras. Let me know if there's any cities I should visit aside from like Cannes or Nice or any of those that people already know about. And I'll see you guys in the next one.